Pastor Stephen, but don't worry, don't kick me or anything like that. Don't throw nothing at me. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know you're in good hands. You're in good hands. Pastor Stephen said it's okay for me to be here. If you don't know me, my name is Dylan. I'm one of the, or actually not even one of, I am the associate student pastor here on our campus. And so basically all that means is I hang out with middle schoolers before y'all step in. And so some of y'all, basically, y'all probably got little siblings that I know, and I just don't like any of y'all's brothers and sisters, man. Y'all just terrible. But don't worry. Like I said, you're in good hands. Last service, I kind of jumped the gun. I didn't really have a lot of time. I was given an assignment, and I just did it. And so before we go ahead and jump into tonight, I want to go ahead and just take some time to honor some people real quick. And so, where's Jeffrey at? Where's Jeffrey? Where you at? Jeffrey, raise your hand. There we go. We got Jeffrey. Man, Jeffrey, you are just an amazing human being. If y'all don't know Jeffrey, he's one of my interns. He's actually, this is his last Wednesday night here with us. And so, we're sad to see you go, but Jeffrey's been an amazing add-on to our team. He's done so much for us. He's helped us in so many ways you can't even imagine. Those seats that you're sitting in right now, yeah, Jeffrey did all that. Jeffrey sets up all these seats and things like that. You see all these CG areas and things like that that y'all love to meet in? Yeah, Jeffrey does all that. Jeffrey does all that. He's a dog, certified dog. So, like my man AP likes to do, can we go ahead and give some whoop whoops for Jeffrey? Come on. Yeah. Okay. I got one more dog that we got to shout out. Because like I said, I would not be here, especially me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Pastor Stephen. We got our big dog back there. I want to go ahead and honor him. Y'all give a big because he's a dog. Stephen, you've been an amazing person within my life. You've been an amazing mentor. You've helped me in a lot of ways. You took a boy that got in trouble in college and had to come home and didn't want to go back, and you turned him into a man. And so I appreciate that. And I guess I'm still turning into a man. I guess I'm still grown up. I don't know. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and open off with that. And I want to ask y'all, do y'all like music? I like music a little bit. Y'all like music? Okay, I have this tune in my head that I can't get out. It kind of goes like, hey, can y'all just vibe with me a little bit? Like if I do this and like just rock with me, like nod your head or sing along if you know there's something. It goes like. Y'all don't know? Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Well, you know what? Here, I probably can't. I'm not doing it right. Hold on, wait. I'm probably not doing it right. Here, we got it. You sounded a little good. You sounded, yeah, I like that. You sound good. You sound good. All right. Oh, we keep going. Oh my goodness, y'all sounded good. Y'all sounded good. If you don't know who that is, that's the king of pop. That's Michael Jackson. If you don't know, now you know. If you never listened to any of his music, what are you doing? Go. You got some homework when you go home. Michael Jackson, he's an amazing artist. He changed music for the better. And like I said, I like to call him the king of pop. But all that being said, we're not here to talk about the king of pop. We're here to talk about the true king, right? The reason for the season. We know who it is. It's King G. Hold on, man. I gotta treat y'all like some middle schoolers. Come on, it's King. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's King Jesus, man. We're here to talk about King Jesus. And I wanted y'all to notice something though. Because there's a reason why I played Michael Jackson. Like I said, he's not the real king, he's the king of pop, but you notice that when I played the song, you started clapping. We had some people clapping along, we had some people nodding, we had some people not doing anything at all. Oh my goodness, Merk, I'm gonna be picking on you all day, I see you. Yeah. But we had some people singing, you was like me, you was singing. I wanted you to understand that it's really hard for you to have a king enter into a space or to be present in somewhere and just to stay neutral. It's really hard for you to just sit there and just be like, it's really hard. And I think that goes the same way with Jesus, because ultimately, it's really hard to have an encounter with Jesus, and some of y'all know this, it's really hard to have an encounter with Jesus and truly come face to face with the God that created you and just walk out the room the same way that you were living prior. And so today, we're going to talk about King Jesus and about how not only did King Jesus arrive, but he brought something with him. He brought his kingdom with him. And so with that being said, I want you to understand this. It's really hard for you to admire. It's really hard for you to appreciate who Jesus is. It's really hard for you to appreciate this time of year when we're not actually listening to the King. Not just listening to the King, but I'm saying like this right now. It's really hard for you to appreciate who Jesus really is when you're not submitting to him. It's really hard to appreciate and admire the King of the universe when you're not obeying anything that he's saying. I mean, y'all can probably understand it's kind of hard to be king when no one listens to you. And so I want to go ahead and let's jump into Mark chapter 1 because I love this verse where it says this. It says, the time promised by God has come at last. That he has announced, this is John the Baptist, he's the one announcing this. He says, the kingdom of God is near. Repent of your sins and believe the good news. Ooh, I love this verse right here because it actually tells us this right here, that Jesus, again, is bringing his kingdom with him. He's not coming by himself. I mean, it's hard to be king when you got no kingdom. It's in the name. Kingdom, there has to be a king. And king, if there's no king, there's no kingdom. And if there's no kingdom, there's no king. And so Jesus, he's not coming by himself. He's brought his kingdom with him. Some of y'all like college football? Anybody like college football? I love me some college football. Well, one of my favorite teams, actually, scratch that, not my favorite team. No, not my favorite team. My favorite coach right now is actually, y'all know Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. Y'all know him? Y'all know him? I love me some Coach Prime. I love me some Coach Prime. And Coach Prime is actually the head coach of the University of Colorado Buffaloes. He's the head coach there for the football team. And one of the things that he's most well known for is the first meeting that he ever has whenever he steps into the team meeting with the Colorado team is he steps in and he says, he like this, he's all swaggy. He walks in. I got Louis. I got luggage. And it's Louis. Some of y'all probably don't understand what that means. Y'all don't understand what he's meaning. I want to go ahead and tell you right here. Deion is referring to the fact that that team that he just came from, they got some dogs on that team. And guess what? All of y'all that's sitting in these seats right now, y'all know that I got some dogs that are coming with me. I ain't coming here by myself. I'm bringing my team with me too. And so y'all better go ahead and get them out of here because we only got dogs on the team. Or maybe this might be better for y'all. Some of y'all know y'all in relationships. I know high school love and oh my goodness, high school sweetheart, all this stuff. Have y'all ever met somebody that just like changes everything they do because they met somebody? Have y'all ever met somebody like that? I bet you there's some people in the room that are like that, right? Where they change the way that they talk. They change the way that they act. They even change the things that they really like to do. You know, some guys, they probably really like to spend time on the game. Oh my gosh, now all they want to do is waste time with their girlfriend or something like that. Actually, I bet you some of y'all right here, it's even to this extreme. Some of y'all are probably even wearing the stuff that your significant other has picked out for you. I bet you there's some people in here. And so I want to go ahead and tell you, because, hold on, wait. I bet you there are people in here. Y'all shaking y'all's heads like, I tell you right now, there's somebody in here wearing cowboy boots that didn't used to wear cowboy boots. I'm telling you right now, there's somebody in here that wearing a button-up shirt that didn't wear a button-up shirt before. There's somebody that wears a cowboy hat. He's never wore a cowboy hat in his life, but once he met this girl, his life changed. I'm telling you right now, there's somebody in here. I'm not going to say no names. nothing like that, but I'll tell you something. There's something in here. But you get my point. When royalty steps into a building, when royalty steps in, things change. And with Jesus, things change for the better. I mean, demons start getting casted out. People that are sick are being healed. People that are dead are being brought back to life. Sins are being forgiven. And this is all coming from one man teaching about humility, faith, purity, forgiveness. You know, the list goes on and on. And so his kingdom is changing everything. And it's not just, and all those things that Jesus is doing, it's not just simply for him to come in here and, perform a little magic trick or something like that. No, it's for him to show you, hey, that the old stuff has gone away. Here's something new that I'm trying to do. And so I wonder, what is God trying to do new within you? All that being said, there's two ways that we can respond to a change. And we're about to look at it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 2, where it tells us this. It says, verse 1, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, it tells us that about that time, some wise men from eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem. And they were asking this. Listen to this. Where is the newborn king of the Jews? Y'all notice that these wise men just asked, King Herod, the king of Jerusalem, the king of the Jews, where is the king of the Jews? I bet you this, King Herod has to be fuming at this point. Because he's just talking about, where's the king of the Jews? I'm the king of the Jews. Let's keep reading. Where is this newborn king of the Jews? Because we saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him. And you know what King Herod says? You know what he does? It says King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this. Not only was he, what does it say? As was everyone in Jerusalem. Jesus is ruffling feathers up, and all he doing is just sitting there in the manger. But did y'all catch that right there, though? There's two ways, like I said. Two. Where is this newborn king of the Jews? This is all from the wise men. We saw his star as it rose, and we came to worship him. First response is you can choose to worship him the same way the wise men did. Well, the second response is you can be like King Herod and you can be deeply disturbed. You see, because King Herod, he wasn't simply just disturbed. I want y'all to understand this. King Herod knew what was going on. King Herod knew that there would eventually come a king that would replace him. And it wouldn't just be a regular man that sits on a throne. No, it would be a supernatural God that would come down and he would take his throne away. King Herod knew this, that it was Jesus that would come and usher in a new kingdom. And I love this portion right here because King Herod isn't even just disturbed, he's threatened. He's like, man, Jesus isn't even that bad. The King Herod is like, I can't have that. Someone else trying to take my throne. Someone else is trying to take my crown. I can't have that. And it's because King Herod knew that Jesus was the true king, the king that they had been waiting for. I love also the fact that the wise men chose to worship Jesus, and they worshiped him with just pure joy. It was such pure worship. The fact that they took time to travel to find King Jesus, and not only did they take time to travel and find King Jesus, but they actually brought him gifts. It tells us in the next portion that when they saw the star, they were overjoyed on the coming to the house, and they saw the child with his mother. And they bowed down and worshiped him, and then they opened their treasures, or the treasure chests, and they gave him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They took time to travel, and they brought this baby that still smells like Similac, some treasure. gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And it was way before Jesus had done any miracle. It was way before Jesus had answered any prayer. It was way before he made something dead come back to life. The wise men did all this just because they knew that there was something special about King Jesus. And so that brings us to my third point. I think there's some of us in this room right here that we spend a lot of times probably trying to act like how the wise men acted. I'll go as far to say that Wednesdays might be the only time that we look like the wise men. We act like the wise men. We talk like the wise men. We may even smell like the wise men, some of y'all. Wednesdays are the days we got our hands in the air, but what about all the other 6 days? What about Sunday to Sunday? I mean, shouldn't that be the time that we act like the wise men? Shouldn't we worship Sunday to Sunday? But I can guarantee you right now, there's some of you in here that most of the time throughout your week, you act more like King Herod, threatened and disturbed by the things that Jesus is trying to get out of your life. The things that Jesus is trying to say, let go of this. You know what Jesus went through, right? Like, I think sometimes throughout this season we forget what Jesus actually did for us. The season is a reminder of, yes, he came down as a baby, but do you know where he was prior to being a baby? Jesus stepped down from glory, stepped down from perfection, stepped down from a place that I wouldn't want to leave. And he said, you know what? I'm going into the abyss. I'm going into darkness. Because we can agree the world is pretty messed up. I'm going into brokenness. I'm stepping into this world. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look just like them. I'm going to talk just like them. I'm going to be human. I'm going to show them what it really means to be human. I'm going to put on flesh. I'm going to bleed like they do. I'm going to hurt like they do. I'm going to starve like they do. I'm going to be thirsty like them. And then, not only that, I'm going to pick up a cross. And once I pick that cross up, I'm going to take on a beating that I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy. All that to eventually leave a grave empty. He did all that for you. Yet you can't give him your attention. He did all that for you. It makes you sad, and it makes you it just makes you just wince at the thought, like, Jesus, you want this part too? Here's the reality. All of us, the Bible tells us that one day everybody will cast and lay their crowns before the Lord. And so that means that all of us have crowns. And we have crowns that we're placing on top of things. Some of you, the crown you got is going on your phone. Your phone is your king. Man, that thing buzzes. Oh, I gotta check the notification. Man, it ain't nothing. It's just your 5-minute alarm. Some of you, it's influence. You care so much about being TikTok famous or maybe you would just be popular in your school. You're like, Dylan, it won't hurt. Can I tell you something right now? It ain't worth it. Oh, I like this one right here. Some of you got relationships as your king. And I'm not just talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about there's probably even some friends in your life that you probably know that you need to let go. You know that they're pulling you down. And you're like, nah. God, I gotta hold on to them. I've known them since I was little. Oh, I like this one too. Maybe some of you is sports. Maybe sports is your king. Maybe sports is the thing that you're making the king of your life. Maybe God's been trying to tell you, hey, could you just bring your eyes back? Could you fix them on me? Because ultimately, all those things, they're not bad. Your phone is not bad. The relationships, they're not bad. I'm telling you right now, sports. I love sports. They're not bad. But they all got an order. They all have to come after something. Matter of fact, not just after something, after someone. Because Jesus is the one that deserves your crown. It's not your friend that's going to be the one that hangs on the cross for you. I'll tell you right now, it ain't soccer that's going to save your life. I can tell you right now, your phone is not going to be the thing that satisfies you. Jesus is the one that should come before everything. And so tonight, the question is, not is Jesus king, but the question is this: who are you giving your crown to? Because ultimately, you're going to have to give your crown to someone or something. And I just pray and I hope that it's the man that died on the cross for you and stepped out of the grave. And I pray that he's the one that you realize and look at and you're like, you know what? I choose you, Jesus. I give you all of it. I give you my influence. Jesus, I give you my sport. I play it for you. Jesus, my phone, I won't just put stuff in my bio. I'll actually maybe just have some accountability. I'll have somebody tell me when I'm spending too much time on it. Or maybe I'll have somebody keep me in check when it comes to my relationships and someone that's going to actually tell me the truth. Because all these things, they're not bad, but they're not the one that saved me. I was learning, I'm about to tell myself actually. It wasn't until recently that I had somebody tell me this, and I shared it with the interns. They heard it too. If Jesus is truly king of your life, you got to stop negotiating with him. Hey, listen to me. If Jesus is truly king of your life, you got to stop telling him, nah, God, not right now. Because a king, you don't tell the king what to do. The king, what you do is you just say, you know what the king says, it goes. God, I give it to you. Jesus, you're telling me that I need to give this up? You know what? I'm handing it to you. You determine what I do. Because as soon as I rose my hand, as soon as I prayed that prayer, that you could have my life, I said you were king. And I think there's some of us in this room right now, and I'm telling you right now, you've been living a life where you've been giving everybody your crown, and I'm just saying tonight, could this be the night that you give Jesus what was rightfully his?